Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Outriders. Oh my god, has this game been a journey. By the way, yes, we are going to be showcasing actual gameplay in this video. Yee. This game is... I don't know how to put it into words besides just, it's a little bit of a nightmare. No one expected it, I think, to be as hard as it is, and how weirdly complex it is. To some extent, and for there to be like these weird barriers of entry, and that to me is my only issue with Outriders. I am in love with this game so much. I'm not a fan of the nerfs that they've recently been doing, but I very much am enjoying like the builds. My only problem is that you're not able to enjoy them to the fullest when you get to endgame because just things don't scale the same way. So for me, we're going to be talking about the Technomancer today, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Technomancer. GRINN, why aren't you playing the Devastator? You know why. It's a nightmare. It's a living nightmare. No matter what you do, it's always just you're under the bar. And you need the best gear to get over that bar. And heaven help me, I've not gotten that luck yet. I digress. Whimpering aside. This is the Technomancer. Oh my god. I was able to destroy the campaign. I burned through it so fast, and I was at a tier 7, I think. No, it's tier 6, because it took a while for me to build up to 7, because I was just mowing through the story. I wasn't doing side quests like I was doing with Devastator. More or less, I was able to maintain that for the whole stretch of the game. I did lower it at the very end, just because I wanted to progress through like the last 2 chapters just to get through it. Because I wanted to get to the place where I could actually start making videos for Outriders, because I wanted to do that. But yes, the Technomancer is on a different level of like validity, and I think the Trickster is in the same boat. Maybe he got changed because of his recent nerf, but even if I don't think they messed too much with blighter rounds or terror rounds for the Trickster. So yeah, but regardless, that ammunition is so valuable. But not only that, but the Trickster, bottom line, fantastic, stupidly fun and good to play. But here's the issue. I got into endgame and I thought, awesome, okay, what if I built my Technomancer for basically this? Anomaly damage, long range damage, and status power. This is not perfect. You know, the glove is exactly what I want. Anomaly power, cooldown reduction, and long range damage. Now the pants and everything are kind of also good, like status power could be a decent supplementary thing, because believe it or not, as the Trickster, you don't need an excessive amount of cooldown unless you're using certain abilities. But I come to find out, I got to endgame, I was killing stuff, I ratcheted the difficulty up, and then I went to go into those encounters, and then I just got clapped. And I've been burning through like the whole campaign and everything, but it's just like the way skills scale, are just not as viable, it seems. Like I wanted to make an anomaly build for the Trickster where it's predominantly just amplifying the ever-living fuck out of your turrets. I don't think it's possible. I'll still try it eventually, a month from now, by me just grinding and hopefully getting the mods I need. But yeah, so then I was getting sick and tired of just not progressing at all in this game, and not getting the mods that everyone's saying that you need in order to make anything viable. So I was like, okay, fuck this. What is the Trickster's end tier build? What is like for sure going to be able to get him past 15? Essentially, it's this weapon rolled with a decent damage modification, because everything in this game has a stat that can be good or bad, and most of the time it's bad. But yeah, so I got this weapon, and oh my god. By the way, if you guys don't know what this is basically, I might make a video about it, I'm not sure, but basically this is a free weapon. So if you buy the game, or sorry, the opposite of a free weapon, if you pre-downloaded the game, like you bought it ahead of time or whatever, and you had it ready to go, you get this, like, you bought the game early kind of starter weapons. Well, you can level up those weapons, and their base stats are fantastic. You got critical damage, crazy, you got status power, amazing, you also got long range damage, which is also great. But the main thing that's crazy on this one is that it rolls with really high base fire damage, or fire rate damage. Not only that, but burst assault rifles are just insane in terms of their damage. The clip size and the damage scaling is just crazy. That's all. Also, reload speed, great, all that. So this weapon just puts everything in a whole league of its own, and you got bone shrapnel that hits like a truck. It's just good, to say the least. It's really good. And so good, in fact, that I have almost all of my power, like, because I was like, let's make an anomaly build. You can't. You can't, at least not right now. Maybe you need like this legendary artifact mod that makes your shit playable, but I don't have that. So all of my gear is like anomaly power, anomaly power, anomaly power, and I just kept dying in the stupid expeditions, right? So then I get this gun, I level it up, and then I think, well, shit, I don't have any of my powers to be anomaly based or like firepower based, because that's this is, I think, what you're going to be wanting. All right, so yeah, this is like the end game skill build for the Devastator, or for the Trickster, or for the Technomancer. Bonus firepower. All right, makes sense, right? You're going to be doing crit damage. You're going to be using blighted around. Yeah. Close range damage. What? Long range damage. Okay. But apparently, the reason why you want close range and long range damage both is because it makes it consistent. It makes your damage consistently good, and not like, okay, if an enemy breaches this threshold, now you're just fucked. So that's why you apparently want that. I do think you could maybe switch one of those. Maybe close range you can swap with cooldown, or better yet, skill life leech. And that seems to be the play. So essentially, the end game, somewhat to Outriders, seems to be use blighted turret to act as your like constant healing. Because if you have a skill heal, you just throw that out there, boom, you're good to go. Blighted rounds, of course, you're gonna use blighted rounds, just as 50% more damage. Oh, that's just crazy, just good. It's a fucking modified bullet, you know what it is. And then this one you can change to anything. You can do this one, which interrupts people. You can also do this one, which just fucks people up and also interrupts them. But the reason why we're doing that one is because of this ability right here, which increases your weapon damage whenever you use any of those abilities. And essentially, yeah, you're just trying to like skyrocket your damage to unseen levels, just because the end game, every enemy has such insane health that that's the route you have to take. And even with my character having fucking nothing in terms of the fire rate power, you guys will see it doesn't matter. The one thing that does matter is this right here. While the skill is activated, there's a 30% chance whenever you get a kill for there to be 30% of the magazines in your bullets to be appearing again. And it's just, with the burst rifle doing so much damage, even if you two-burst an enemy without hitting them in the head, you're gonna be fine. And I have some reassurance here with an extra mag of blighted rounds if I do that, but because this weapon hits so hard, because it already has 30 rounds of bullets, and it's not like an automatic bullet hose, you're gonna be fine. Yeah, so let's see that my super hindered build with, like, basically we're pivoting on one weapon. Can this one weapon save us all? Let's see. It's so ridiculous. Anyways, okay, I did do what do you call it, a tier 3, because that's how low I was, because again, my anomaly build was just not playing games. Let's see if we can do this at tier 5. This may actually be a little bit harder. We'll see. We may have to scale it back down to tier 3, just so I can show you guys like the crazy, because again, you should have firepower if you're using guns predominantly. But yeah, I think that's where I'll probably will go with, although there are ways to circumnavigate the necessity for healing, but you first need to like enter into endgame in order to build anything else, which is so frustrating. Like with my build with anomaly damage, it cannot survive in that instance. Or around me, because I need mods that can give me that strength, and for whatever, and a lot of them are legendary mods. So how you can't, like, I can't get to the place unless it's just silly. It just feels like a real shitty shit show. Also, I'm using the cryo turret because for no reason. It's probably stupid. I probably should change to the blighted turret just so I can get some amplified damage. But we might quickly change it actually, because I realized that's probably pretty stupid actually. See, look at that. We're on, again, I just leveled up to this max tier. Yeah. So now that we got blighted rounds, everything dies in 2 shots. And we're also gonna chuck one of these. Also, weapon damage increases. We just did 25,000. I was doing, I want to say 1,000. I want to say 1,000, maybe more, maybe a little bit more. With my current build, it's sad. Don't look at me. It's a nightmare. It is just what it is. The good news is, I'm fucking up. I need to make sure. So I got the cluster shot thing that just makes everything incredibly easy, because when you kill one person, everybody falls. And this is like, I don't know. It's like, it seems like every endgame build is kill them before they have the chance to even hit you. Is kind of the sentiment, and I guess, you know, I don't know. It just seems like it just sucks that there's like, I don't know, I just feel like build variety is just dead. It's just dead. And if it is, it's like everyone needs to use the same build to get through it all, which sucks. Also, I'm running this my cryo turret, or yeah, I'm running my gas turret with cryo because I need. Oh, it's on cooldown, right? 2 seconds. Come on, come on, come on. This. All right, now we should be able to get anything happening, frankly. Oh, I'm running my blighted turret with cryo because it's CC and I need that right now because I don't have the right like healing abilities. So it's rough and we need that. All right, we need it. I don't want to look at you. It's just it is what it is. I feel bad. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense and it's a nightmare. We're living in a nightmare. Look at that. And look, all these enemies are gonna die because we have that blood shrapnel is what it's called, or bone shrapnel is what it's called. Even more metal, and I love that part about it. But yeah, I'm gonna chuck one of those. We're just gonna run over here, shoot you. Again, we have weapon life leech, I think, so we heal more or less. Which again, I don't know, man. It just I would be so cool to like run around with your pets, just ripping things to shreds. And instead, you're like, well, I'm just hanging out. I'm living my best life. All that. Oh, also I have a magazine increase, which helps with blighter rounds with the weapon skill tree. It's like bone shrapnel. Whenever it does proc, it's pretty nutty. That's not gonna do anything. I don't know why I act. Oh, it's gonna give me weapon damage. Never mind. It's gonna do something. Yeah. And this is gonna open up. And check this out. Wait, I gotta kill this one enemy. Oof. Yeah, see? Absolutely, like, more or less eviscerating them if I was less of a shit shot, but I am, so it is what it is. And again, my health hasn't dropped because of weapon healing and just everything else. So, I don't know, dude, it's just like a... Okay, I wanted to play video games in my way, but the game's like, you don't get to have fun. You don't even look at me. Oh, that could have been rough. And then sometimes damage just doesn't process at all, and it's the most frustrating shit. I don't even know why that guy's not getting hit at all. Alright, so now... Did that open yet? No. Oh, it did. It did open. No, it did not. It did not open. I might die here. Just because I was being stupid. Alright, we got some healing happening eventually. Some lifesteal. It literally sounds like a fire extinguisher just popping off. And again, we still haven't lost blighter rounds because everything's silly. And again, bone shrapnel will just wreck everybody here. Person right there shooting me. Oh, did I mention that this is like notoriously like impossible to beat? Yeah, see, like that was an elite, just shredded like nothing. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Also, I don't even think you need to kill these. I think there's a weird like gimmick to it where you can't just run through the elevator. But again, I kind of want to show you guys like that nothing is in our way, you know what I mean? And that's partially because of what I have. So what happened to my turret? I don't know. Everyone died. I had full magazine because blighter rounds are blighter rounds. No, okay, so this was the one that you could skip. Yeah. If you kill all those enemies and then you go into the elevator again, I think. Okay, so I think all those enemies are most likely dead. What the heck? Why am I hitting you? Yeah, I can't do anything. Oh, I didn't even use my thing. So now that this door is gonna open, now we can, I think, run back. Or maybe we could always run back. I don't know. Shit's weird, but yeah, so I don't think I had my terror rounds that whole time. But yeah, again, nothing has, like, we're doing 25,000 damage on the head. Normal, like, people, you'll eventually get, if you keep leveling up this weapons, like, level, it'll get all the way up to, like, 500 damage or something silly. So, like, this is not where the story ends, you know? Also, the reason why this is so crazy is because our terror rounds can share damage with everybody, so if the CC is just off the charts, so that's why you kind of need to bank on specific weapon damage, which is why this burst rifle is so absolutely insane and just frankly madness. Oh, by the way, this is gameplay. Yeah, this is like what endgame gameplay looks like. Honestly, I wish I would have made a video where I was just showing you what actual, like, end tier gameplay looks like, which is like you just dying on repeat in an expedition. You're like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I feel lost and not accepted in this world. Like I have no place. Like I'm only meant to suffer. Yikes. That's a little bit of an issue. Things can stack up on you like that. See, it's just stuff like that. You're just like deleted, 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 done, done, done. And now you're waiting for things to pop open. That's the only negative, as the Devastators are like, hey, anytime, please. And can you hurry this along? Check this out. Done. Fucking done. You're like, isn't that cool, though? It is if I didn't want to just make my turrets rip apart the world. Also, ow. Jeez Louise. Oh, also, I forgot. We do lifesteal. That's why we're not dying. Yeah, we just generally do lifesteal. So, again, like, even because we're doing 13,000 damage, that's healing us to full every single time. There it is. It's finally dead. When we finally impact, it's just like, get away from me. Boom. I don't know. It's cool that I'm progressing though. Like this is the first one I've done where I've, like, again, I have no firepower. If I had firepower and stuff like that, guys, we would be doing even more damage. Like it's just because it's just the weapon. Now with that being said, this weapon is uncannily strong because of the way it scales. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna activate a blight round. Activate blight rounds. Oh! Oh! Bone shrapnel. Thank you. Bone shrapnel needs to cleanse the herd a little bit. Dead. That was the boss. Now they will throw a lot of other shit at us. But still, that was the boss. Bone shrapnel. Thank you. Let's say. Also, I'm kind of built for weird, like, toxic damage. So that's also something that's happening. Basically, enemies who are affected by toxin also get affected by vulnerability, which I don't know why more people don't invest in. That one doesn't make sense to me. Because we're using blight rounds constantly, so why don't people invest in, when people are under the effect of toxin, you gain more resistance, or you decrease their vulnerability even more than just the vulnerability stat. Maybe that just doesn't add up. Probably. Again, I've been unable to even touch endgame because of how bad, at least in my opinion, the scaling is. Like, again, you can be like, okay, if I do this correctly, do I get that? And they're like, no, still no. Like, if I have anomaly damage, close or far long range damage, and then status power, which is exactly what's scaling off of terror, or not terror, sorry, my blighted rounds. That would get me that positive, right? Even if you had all those, you would barely make the cut, and you'd have to play like MLG, play hard as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that bullshit. So I'm just like, what do I do? I don't even think we got gold on there, but it wasn't. Again, that's also the thing that's so skewed about endgame to me, and this is more like this. I want to show you guys how amazing the Technomancer is, but at the same time, I want to like. Also, we did 4 million damage by our lonesome in that thing. Golly. Anyways, you'll get to a certain point when you get to, I think, tier 15, where literally you deal 500,000 damage every shot. So, or at least that's the only way you can survive is if you do that. So that's fun. But yeah, the Technomancer, fantastic. My problem is that like I wish there was more builder variety at the end of the game. It doesn't seem like that exists at all. It seems like it's very, very, very one note. By the way, if you guys are interested in what I'm building and how I'm planning on building them, and I could be wrong. I haven't played enough at endgame to really like understand the nitty gritty of everything, which believe you me, I've been trying, but I haven't gotten any luck. Essentially, the things that give us amplification of damage is this. Whenever we activate our barrage, we get some weapon damage, 30% weapon damage for 10 seconds, fantastic. We also have this, 15% or 20% extra assault rifle damage, fantastic. We also have this, activating any decay skill, which is our turret or blighted rounds. Mainly our turret is going to give us 40% weapon damage for 10 seconds. It's fantastic. We also have something like this, which is going to increase all damage that we take by 15%, but also increase the damage we deal by 20%. That's all damage, that's anomaly damage, that's fire rate, that's everything. That's pretty damn good. We also have this, which just gives us a little bit more anomaly scaling. It's 1 point. I don't know where else to put it, so I put it there. Maybe that one probably you could take away because this anomaly power doesn't really seem to like it's that valuable going down this tree. Because we use so much blighted rounds, having this skill is fantastic. Increases your weapon size or your magazine size by a great deal. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. We have a little bit of a weapon life leech here, which gives us a little bit of sustain, even though we have a weapon life leech built into our general kit, which is our skill and weapon damage. We all heal from that. Fantastic. So when we're dealing like 15,000 damage, that's going to just whoosh, full health immediately. And this is the one that I'm curious why people don't go down. Maybe it's because they go up here instead. Increased critical damage, that's fantastic. But then there's this. Every time toxic is affected on an enemy, the vulnerable stat is inflicted as well. So you're like, oh, okay, but is vulnerable that good? And then we have this one. Vulnerabilities affected on an enemy is 40% more effective. So it increases the potency of vulnerable's effect, which is the fact that enemies take more damage from all sources. I think that's what vulnerable is. So the fact that we're giving that 40% more damage as well. And not only that, but every single time we do any sort of toxic damage, we're getting that benefit because we're using blighted rounds and we're never running out of damage and we're amplifying that damage. We're going to be able to keep feeding into our clip, constantly able to output toxic, increasing the damage that we're going to be dealing with our weapons, as well as the toxic damage being applied, as well as the terror or the missile barrage that we also kind of do, that mainly is there just to interrupt and stun lock enemies from shooting us in the head, although it doesn't really matter if they do, because the terror turret is pretty fantastic. And I think that's the only thing that I would have is I would have firepower, long range, and then the close range. You could either have close range, status power, cooldown, or skill life leech. I think it would also be fantastic. I think that would probably make you a little bit unkillable because blighted rounds counts as damage from skills. Same with your blighted turret, which you're going to be doing anyway. And your blighted turret is just fantastic. Yeah, that's basically it. I have blighted turret. When I deploy it, it does a little bit of burst damage just cause something to do. Because there's not really much value to other skills. And if there is, it's kind of like, really, like this ability. I seen a build recently where this ability was the counterpiece and a centerpiece, and I was just like, really, the fucking shit grenade thing that sucks ass is an end game build, and things like the turrets are just like fucking get a little bit of sauce. That's it. It's a little frustrating, but hey, I was able to clear that whole thing without like even this slightest bit of damage. So if I wanted to run that with randoms, I could at least be the person that slays the bosses and stuff like that. Even though I was hoping that I could be the character that just like throws down turrets and my turrets just rip to shreds the enemies, and maybe that build can still be possible, but I need legendaries to get it. So unfortunately, everybody seems like they need to go down this path. Yeah, I'll do that. So again, the reason why we're also kicking ass and taking names, ladies and gentlemen, is because of this weapon right here. And just I think I'll make a video about it, just gushing about how good it is, and also explaining in detail how the hell you get it, because it's not exactly straightforward, and it's probably gonna get patched, but at least use it while you can to get to legendary. Like, again, it's just so stupid how this works. Like how, like you need to find something that breaks the game just to be able to be eligible to build the build that you want to build. That's a little shitty, but to sentiment to how good this weapon is, all of my gear is anomaly buffing, so I shouldn't have been able to do what I did because I don't have any substats supporting me, but it is working. So, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you do enjoy the rest of your day. I expect more Outriders content, even though I'm bitter. I do just, I don't know. To me, it's just, after playing the Devastator, I was like, oh, and then coming to the Trickster, I was like, oh, does that mean I finally can like have power? And it's like, well, you can have power in a very specific niche. And I'm like, oh, Okay, fuck, oh shit, that's kind of shit still, but fine, we'll deal. But I digress, my friends. Thank you so much for giving me a single second of your day. If you happen to like the video or support it in any way, thank you so much. Sharing it around means a great deal. I'll continue to cover the game, and hopefully in the future I can showcase you builds and things like that. Thank you kindly for your time, and goodbye.